That was 25 years ago. I just didn't follow through. So I left animation on the back burner for many years, got very busy in illustration, and so I never went back to animation for many years. And then 5 years later, it all changed. When I was looking at turning 50, I was 49, turning 50, again, like I'd done when I was 29, turning 30, I had to reassess what I was doing with my life. And although I was successful illustrating, it wasn't, again, still what I really wanted to do when I was that 8-year-old kid. So I realized I'd forgotten this thing that I'd been exposed to and wanted to do for so long, animation. So I looked around, I got on the web, easy to do now, not so easy to do 30 years ago. I got on the web and I was looking for software to use, and I came across some the usual suspects. We all know the brands, and I came across this thing called OpenToonz. I wasn't looking for OpenToonz. I didn't even know that OpenToonz existed. I had no idea of its history. I had no idea what was out there. I'd been exposed to the commercial stuff. So I came across OpenTunes, but it wasn't important to me what it was. I know guys were using Flash back then. Guys were using Photoshop. Guys were using. I'd been using 3D Max. I still had it on some old computer, and I I came across OpenTunes and I started. And the very first thing that I animated on OpenTunes, and this is 5 years ago now, was a bird flying. I got a reference of a bird flight and I drew this out on by hand, but I animated this bird flight, pulled them into this new thing called OpenTunes and colored them and put it together. I hardly knew what I was doing, but it was so easy. I found OpenTunes so easy. And I played this out, rendered it out, put in a background. I was in heaven. I was that little 8-year-old kid with the shoebox and the roll of paper. I was in absolute heaven. And that was 5 years ago. So that started my late surge here in the animation. So I've done it previously. I should have been doing it theoretically since I was young, but as I said, when I was um, of age, when I was 18, 19, 20, and looking at my career ahead, it really wasn't an option, to my regret. So it's I'm probably, I don't know what your age will be. My audience, when I look at YouTube, my audience is between 25 and 35 in the main. So you're very much younger. And what I do say to a lot of younger people today is, for goodness sakes, you have the world at your feet. I'm 55. We didn't have what you guys have now. It's ubiquitous. It's everywhere. But you have available just here on the internet free stuff. OpenToonz is free. Krita is free. The editing software I use, ShotCut, it's free. You can go the Adobe route. You can pay. That's fine. Absolutely no problems. It's top class stuff, but it's available, and it wasn't available, to guys like me 20, 30 years ago. So the other thing that you have available is you have, you've got YouTube available. That's YouTube, I think, is only 15, 16 years old. It's available to you now. It wasn't there when I was even 30 years old, 40 years old, mid 30s. It's a recent thing. So what I'm trying to get at is, if you are in your 20s or even your 30s or even your 40s, but if you are a lot younger than I am, you have absolutely no reason, absolutely no excuse. What I've explained to you is my story. It's not an excuse, it's a story, but there's reasons there why I didn't get into this until a lot later in life. But if you are interested in animation, if you're interested in any creative format, manga, whatever, cartooning, whatever, comics, there's absolutely no reason for you to just dive in. Whether you are successful or not, that's not totally dependent on you starting and the stuff. But there's a lot more factors to being what you want to call, however you define success. But you have the tools available to you. So I very much encourage you to use this thing, use a technology that is available to you that you've probably grown up with. I only saw my first PC. You won't believe this, but when I started working, I was well into my mid to late 20s, and we were working on computers. Okay, mid 20s. But I only laid eyes on my very first computer, which was the very first Apple Mac. I think it was a Macintosh 1 when I was in high school, and I was about 14 or 15. The headmaster got one, and he called us all in to see this amazing thing called a computer. We had never seen such a thing. Brilliant. Now they're everywhere. They're on your phone. Well, I'm looking for my phone. I'm videoing with my phone. How things have changed. So what I'm trying to get at is that there's absolutely no, I don't want to use the word excuse, but there's no reason why, if you're a youngster watching this, or in your 30s or 40s or 50s or older than me, but there's no reason why you can't get going with whatever you want to do. And if you're watching this, you're probably interested in animation, so I'll talk to that specifically. There is a whole world out there that is available to you that wasn't available 10, 20, 30 years ago. The world has changed. Now, you being young, if you are young, think this is normal, and it is now, but it wasn't like this. So I'm just trying to encourage you, get educated, skill up. It's free, it's out there. You can go to university, you can go to college. I encourage you, don't make the mistake that I did. I didn't go and do a 3-4 year course, degree, diploma course on animation. I wish I had. I would have learnt a lot more, a lot faster. So if that's available to you, please go and do it. Don't only rely on the free stuff on YouTube. Go and get skilled up. Go and follow this path. There should be no excuse. If money is a reason, I can understand that. But if money is a reason, there's a lot out here that's for free. So and the software in the main is free. That's why I've switched to all the. I was with Adobe. I was using all the Adobe Suite stuff, and I've switched to the free stuff.